Shout out to Money Brown, man. Respect Junior. My boy Money Brown, he get a lot of money, that's why I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, this is Ryan Garcia here. Shout out to Money Brown TV. And keep punching, baby.
Yo, what's going on out there, fight? Well, this your boy Money back with another one, man. And this one here is on Canelo Alvarez, the 4-division world champion, going up against Billy Joe Saunders, the 2-division world champion. And this being the road to Undisputed, with Canelo having 2 scraps at 168 pounds and Billy Joe Saunders having 1. You feel me? And the winner becoming 3 scraps shorty. Now, we all know Canelo Alvarez, has just defeated Callum Smith, for the WBC and the WBA super middleweight world titles. And now, Canelo has a mandatory in Abner Yildirim, who we all know he go beat the hell out of. And then he's setting up a fight with Billy Joe Saunders on May the 8th, right? So May the 8th is looking like Cinco-De-Mayo date for Canelo Alvarez to face Billy Joe Saunders, for Billy Joe Saunders WBO and his WBC and WBA scrap, super WBA scrap, should I say. And this is road to Undisputed for Canelo once again, because he wanted to be undisputed at 160 and it didn't happen, which Billy Joe was at 160 with the WBO, and things went different. But now, Billy Joe is at 168 pounds. He is the WBO champ. I think he defended his title twice now, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe once. Maybe it was once or twice. But now, he got the opportunity to face Canelo, right? We all know Billy Joe popped up at Canelo press conference over in the UK, I think, when Triple G and Canelo was fight. And now Billy Joe Saunders is in position for a big mega fight with Canelo Alvarez on May the 8th. Is Billy Joe ready? You feel me? Is he ready? Right? Because we know Canelo been working his ass off. Canelo saying he want to be the first Mexican fighter to be the undisputed champion at 168 pounds. There was never, in the history of boxing, been an undisputed champion at 168 pounds. And Canelo looking at first, to achieve that accomplishment, right? He been working his ass off. Like I say, beautiful performance against Callum Smith. Now he's fit to take on his mandatory February 28, 27, if I'm not mistaken. Like I say, Canelo go beat the hell out of Abner Yildirim, however you pronounce his last name, sorry. But, that's a walk in the park for Canelo. That's why they're talking about, putting together Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo Alvarez, because they know for a fact that Abner Yildirim he has no chance. Let's just keep it real. If no bullshit happen, he has no chance, right? So Billy Joe, we all know his style, slick boxer, can punch a little bit. Was busted, for PEDs at 160, so he moved up to 168. And now, he's looking to show people that it wasn't just the PEDs that was getting them wins. Even though a lot of people look at him and say he looked like shit ever since he been busted, he's looking to try to prove a point now and thinking he'll go into that ring, and defeat Canelo Alvarez in an impressive victory and shock the world. Because if Billy Joe beat Canelo, he'll shock the world. Let's just keep it real, right? His style, the look slick on his feet style, using high IQ in the ring, trying to frustrate his opponent and, make him miss and pay. That was his style, make him miss and pay. It worked for him at 160. It ain't been working it ain't been working too good for him at 168, right? So now that he got Canelo Alvarez, we all know Canelo can press you, Canelo can box. He can use the slick defense when he want to. Billy Joe's gonna need his legs. He's gonna need his legs, because I don't think Billy Joe is the biggest puncher in the world, right? I don't think he hit harder than Canelo, in my opinion. I don't think Billy Joe hit harder than Canelo. So he's gonna need his legs in this fight to try to outbox Canelo, because we all know movers and good jabbers are the ones who give Canelo, some little trouble when he faces you in that square circle. So Billy Joe's going to need his legs. He's going to have to use his feet. People do like his feet. He got quick feet, and we'll see if that worked for him, right? We'll see if that worked for him, because we know Canelo Alvarez is a bad boy. He's a bad boy. You dig? And I do pick Canelo to win this fight. I do pick him to win this fight. At 160, right? At 160, I said Billy Joe give Canelo problems. The Billy Joe we was looking at 160, I said that Billy Joe gives Canelo problems. I think he gives anybody problems because Billy Joe was a hell of a mover. You know, he was a hell of a mover. But he, like I said, at 168, he haven't been looking like the Billy Joe at 160, bro. He just haven't, right? So maybe it could have been, you know, the illegal drugs that he was putting in this system, making him that much more better, giving him that much more energy where he can do what he need to do once he get heated up. Because right now, he's not looking like that same Billy Joe. You know, he just fought Martin Mary, you know, a older guy that he should have been just beating the shit out of. Don't get me wrong, he won the fight. And the fight before Martin Mary, he struggled. You feel me? He struggled. So what type of Billy Joe is going to show up for Canelo? That's going to be the question. How do you look against this Canelo who's been looking better at 168? You know what I mean? That fight against Callum Smith, that was a hell of a performance. You can't take that away from him. You can't take that away from him. And Canelo is on a mission. He's on a mission, like you say, to be undisputed. He got Billy Joe Saunders right there in his path. And after Billy Joe, he'll have Caleb Plant right there who we talking about fighting in September. So Canelo's going to have to be on this shit as well, which I think he will. You feel me? Which I think he will. But I'm liking the matchup. A lot of people think Billy Joe gonna get Canelo problems. You got some people out here saying Billy Joe's gonna beat Canelo. You know what I mean? You got some people out here saying he gonna beat Canelo. You know, they think, you know, the good feet movement, his good jab. They think all those things are gonna offset Canelo. You know, they said when Canelo fight Lara, they thought Lara beat him. Right? We seen what Mayweather did with him. They said Danny Jacobs gave him a few problems. So they think whenever Canelo fights somebody that's a mover and that can jab good, they think they trouble him. And I think they putting Billy Joe Saunders in that same category, you know, as the Laurers and the Mayweathers and the Austin Trouts, you know, and the Danny Jacobs. You could, because like I say, he got hell of a legs on him. He do got good feet, man. He got some good legs on him. But he hasn't been using those things at 168. You feel me? If he can get back to that Billy Joe at 160 and move like that Billy Joe, then yeah, he might give himself a shot. But, you know, putting on the extra 8 pounds, you know, that does something to you. In my opinion, it does something to you. And I think with Billy Joe, it did a little bit to Billy Joe. But we'll see, will he settle down at the weight? You feel me? And will he get his ass up for Canelo Alvarez, knowing that this Canelo Alvarez got to be in the best shape of his fucking life? You know what I mean? The best shape of your life. You know? So that might be extra motivation. But at the end of the day, Canelo is still Canelo, bro. He's still Canelo. Now, I'm not saying he can't be beat. I'm not saying that. I'm not like trying to insinuate like Billy Joe just has no chance at 168. Because he do have a chance. He's a man with 2 fists, you know, and he's at that level. But Canelo just a bad boy, man. This dude just go figure out how to get the job done. He's going to figure a way to get the job done. You understand me? And I think he will figure a way to get the job done against Billy Joe. You know? Canelo know how to slip punch, you know how to get in the inside. Like I say, the body work of that man is just, that's some ferocious fucking body work he be doing. If he stick to the body on Billy Joe, he might can end up stopping him. He just might. Bro. I know a lot of people think like, man, Money, you crazy, man. He ain't gonna stop no Billy Joe. Hey, it's a possibility Canelo can stop Billy Joe. You know what I'm saying? Do I think he gonna stop him? No. I think he go 12 rounds. I think Canelo win by decision. But it's a possibility depending on the fight that Billy Joe fight. Depending on the style that he fight, bro. Because if he go in there and he try to sit down with Canelo Alvarez, and like I said, if that weight get to his ass, then I can see Canelo having a high percentage on stopping Billy Joe. But if he go in there and use his legs, work off the jab, make Canelo chase him around the ring, then he gonna last 12 rounds. You understand what I'm saying? But I just think this dude Canelo seen every style, bro. It ain't a style that he can't mesh with. It ain't a style that he can't mesh with. And I think with this Billy Joe style, you know, I think he can mesh with that style where he can, you know, figure him out, make him sit down and fight and things of that nature. You understand what I'm saying? Now with Canelo, he's going to have to try to, you know, get away from that jab. We know the jab is the kryptonite for him. You know, what happened to Billy Joe started going to that body? Could he try to gas him out? We know that's not Billy Joe's style, but do we look at the other fights before and say, okay, I know if you keep this motherfucker active, he do lose a little steam going down the stretch. Because to tire Canelo out, you got to make Canelo punch. You got to make him throw. You got to bring some pressure on his ass as well. And if you're going backwards the whole fight, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. I like Callum Smith. You're not doing that. You're not making them work. You're not gassing them out. So he's going to pace himself if he's the one going forward. Canelo is a smart fucking fighter. Remember that. He's smart. You know? So he ain't just going to throw himself out if you don't force him to. So Billy Joe's going to have to do some shit to force Canelo to throw. Maybe wrestle his ass, tie him up, things of that nature. Try to frustrate him. But if you can't frustrate him and you can't get him to throw and you just on the back foot the whole fight, man, Canelo going to make you look like a fool. He's going to make you look like a fool, and he's damn sure going to win. He's damn sure going to win because he's going to be on the attack the whole night. You understand what I'm saying? And if Canelo got you on the ropes and he's on the attack the whole night, your ass in trouble. Your ass is in trouble. You understand me? But I feel like this will be one hell of a fight, man. I like the fight. I liked it at 160, so I like it at 168. You know, I know a lot of people got a disdain for Canelo, saying his ass ran from Charlo at 160. He ran from Demetrius Andrade at 160. He ran from them at 154. He's not trying to fight them. Hey, that might be a strong possibility, bro. That might be a strong possibility. But him fighting Billy Joe, you know, for a third scrap, I'm okay with it. It's for a world title. It's one more scrap closer to Undisputed. If he beat Billy Joe, it looked like he's trying to set it up with Caleb Plant in September. We'll see if that go down because that'd be another hell of a fight. I think Canelo beat Caleb Plant as well, but I think that's another tough one for him. You feel me? But let's just see what happened February 27th or 28th, if I'm not mistaken, with Canelo and Abner Yildirim. I think Canelo beat his ass and stopped him. And then May the 8th, we got Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders. I think we will all enjoy it. You feel me? We will all enjoy it. Even the ones that say they not going to enjoy it, they go watch that shit and enjoy it. I think it's going to be a good fight, man. I think it's going to be a good fight. And I do think this, family. I do think Canelo become the first undisputed fighter at 168 pounds. I think that man make that history. I think he do achieve that greatness at 168 and add on to his legacy, you know, for an already future Hall of Fame fighter in Canelo Alvarez. You understand what I'm saying? Because Canelo is a future Hall of Famer. Nobody can deny that. Nobody. That man's a future Hall of Famer, hands down like 630, and we'll just see what happened on May the 8th. Until then, this your boy Monty. This the NSBC. Moving, ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to donate. OG Money on Cash App. TreyAfter52@gmail.com on PayPal. If you can't, just tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, share the video. Y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status.